Dajahao, my name is Garrick. Welcome back to Taiwan, Laowai. Don't worry about my mask being off, there are no people in the immediate vicinity. Man, mountain roads are so cool. I really cannot get enough of them. Alright, so it's a little past 1:30 right now. We took a stop at the visitor center from my last video, and I got myself an absolutely massive waffle. Like, goddamn, look at this thing! It was very tasty. It came with like super buttery whipped cream, and of course ice cream, fresh fruit syrup. It was still, warm and fresh and hot. I don't know, Taiwan does shockingly good waffles, from what I've seen. Every time I've visited a place to get waffles, they always turn out great. Anyways, we are still walking along the top edge of the mountain range in the southeast of Keelung. I swear to God, getting that name wrong is going to haunt me till the day I die. Point is, we've got a few more sights to see up in the mountainy area here before heading back down to ground level. From what I've seen, there are basically two big blobs of mountain park area in this part of Keelung. One of them we visited last video. In this video, we're gonna hit the other one, which is a bit further north and a bit closer to the shore. This looks like it's gonna be a longer hike, because it's a bigger mountain with a lot more surface area to cover. But my feet are not sore on me yet, so we will hold out hope. I like the fact they have all these signs at various places, so you know generally how far you are away from all the interesting stuff. And in case you couldn't tell from that sign, we are heading in the direction of the military park and the mountain fort. So that sounds really cool. With all that said, I'm gonna shut up and I will pick back up with you once we get a bit deeper into hiking territory. See you there. Okay, I double-checked Google Maps. It looks like I lied about the number of mountain blobs in the area. There's actually a chain of 3 or 4 big ones all together, and then there's a smaller one closer to the main harbor, which is where we went up the tower. Once again, interrupting to say, my god, look at this. Mountain trails, I swear, the architecture of them is incredible. I never get tired of looking at them and stuff. Anyway, point is, we are hitting just the first of the big set of blobs in the southeast of Keelung, because we do not have enough time or foot energy on our hands to scale an entire mountain range. But there are a couple sites of interest in that first big blob, so that is one we're gonna check out. Okay, for real this time. See you in the mountain. Take care. Looks like this is Yizheng Military Park. I'm not sure if you're allowed to walk on the grass there. I do see some foot trails, but it's definitely a very small monument. I may have made a mistake getting on the elevated trail here, because it seems there's actually no easy access to stuff down there anymore. On the bright side, it doesn't look like there is much down there, just a parking lot for the park, I guess. Man, those are real tanks, aren't they? It's always so strange to be next to, real modern pieces of military equipment. Because, you see them in movies and games a lot, but there's something very different about being next to a real thing that was designed to survive, war. The horrors of war. I don't know, it's kind of a humbling sight. But it is merely one sight of many. We've got more points of interest to hit. So let's keep going. Okay, so this is a pretty sobering monument right here. This is Keelung's 228 monument, which is a reference to one of the darkest days in Taiwan's history. And there's a puppy here, for a little levity. Hello, puppy. So, I don't know what year it was exactly, but back in the 40s, there were a bunch of groups who sort of raised a protest against Chiang Kai-shek's government, the first government of Taiwan. I'm fairly certain there were a bunch of student groups involved. It might have been like labor unions as well. I don't know the specifics, so do not take anything I'm saying as gospel. Point is, the government's response was to pretty much massacre them. There were a lot of deaths and a lot of murders by, you know, the government's forces, the police, the army. And it happened on February 28, so the memorials to it now are called the 228 memorials, and there are a lot of them. I think I've shown you a couple in previous videos as well. Also, we are currently walking around this very lovely little park full of flowers. You know, it's a pretty interesting contrast to the darkness of the story I am telling, but it is like right across the street from the memorial, so I don't know, it's probably part of the experience to intersperse that beauty with the horror of the event. I will be the first to admit I did not know much about Taiwan's history before coming here. In fact, I'd say I basically knew nothing at all. What I knew was that Chiang Kai-shek was originally from China, but he rebelled against Mao's government, and his political party sort of came to Taiwan and colonized it and made it, you know, I guess official country would be probably not the right word, but like a recognized power in the eyes of everyone but China, of course. But of course, that's a very incomplete story. It does not nearly capture the complexity of any country's history, which is going to have highs and lows and interesting bits and horrors just like any other. And I am still nowhere near a master of Taiwanese history. There's still a lot I have to learn. But I am glad I know this bit, as, you know, tragic as the event was. It's good to know a country as it is, you know, for its good points, for its bad points, in its totality. You know, it might be a cliche, but only by understanding the past can we understand how not to repeat it. And if nothing else, we do get some very beautiful flowers out of it. Down the mountain. Would you take those stairs? Because I would not. We're going this way. It appears we have made our way to the Ershawan Fort. There are a whole bunch of old forts scattered around Keelung. We're not going to be able to hit all of them this trip, but it's interesting. The main road connects to the main entrance here, but then it also fades into the parks that we just walked through from the other side. So this whole little bit is sort of interconnected in a very satisfying way. Here's the fort. Starting to worry I'd missed it somewhere, but no, you just have to go a little further down the path to reach the actual fort part. was, might have been a mistake to bring flip-flops today. When the grass is wet and the mud is squishy. It's maybe not my smartest choice I've ever made. See, here's my problem. When I'm exploring, I tend to think like a gamer. Like, I want to go down every hallway, every path, explore every nook and cranny. Like I'm in, again, all the collectibles mood, you feel me? But there are just too many darn paths to go down. If I tried to go down all of them, I'd be circling back on myself all day, and I'd be worn out, and we'd never get anywhere. So we have got to pick and choose our battles, and save some for perhaps another time. The one nice thing I will say about the weather, it is very pleasantly cool right now. I'm not sweating, I'm not steaming up, I don't feel like I'm about to drown in humidity. Oh, your puppy. Hello, puppy. Your puppy. Explain to you how carefully I am going down these steps. Oh my God. It says do not barbecue or make engravings inside the area. I guess people have tried to have cookouts here before, and I guess it makes sense. This is like a very scenic spot for a cookout, but come on, people. It's a historical site. It does not need your charcoal grease. I wondered if it was possible to get up these stairs and stand on the top of the battlements, but looking at the shape of them, that is probably not the best idea in the world, so I'm gonna pass. Swear to God, there is nothing more terrifying than a staircase on a mountainside. Nothing. Alright, that path has taken us back out to that other steep staircase we saw earlier. So we are well on our way to get off this mountain at last. You know what's shocking to me is I'm actually not that tired. Like, it's been a fairly decent chunk of walking today, and I am not exactly in shape. So I thought it would be like breathing heavily or something, but no, I've still got quite a bit of pep in my step. I'm amazed at myself. are down the mountain, baby. Let's go. Man, that was fun. That was like a really solid mountain hike right there. I approve. All right, so we are back down in the southeast quad of the city right now. We are about halfway up the harbor, I would say. It's shocking how we could like explore that much and spend so much time on a mountain and then come back down, and we're not too far away distance-wise from where we started with the sky decks next to the harbor in the last video. Anyway, we got a few more sites of interest around here. Over here is the Sino-French War Memorial Park, which, you know, looks like a very nice place to sit and rest under the banyan trees. But you can pretty much see the whole thing from the street here, so we're not really gonna go in or explore it too much. What's got me far more interested is right ahead we have the Keelung Fort Commander's official office. Apparently there is an official office for the Fort Commander, and it still exists. It's still open. I do wonder if, like, this fort is still in use at all. Like, if people still live and or work there, or if it's just a historical site now. Regardless, it does not look like we can go in with all the construction going on, which is very sad, but still fun to look at from the outside, I guess. And now that we are back on solid footing, I think it is time to bid this video adieu. And believe it or not, we still have enough time and enough energy and enough battery in my phone to do the last leg that I was hoping to get to today. Turns out we're not gonna miss anything at all. Huzzah! But I'm a little tired, so I am gonna sit down and rest my legs. Then I'm probably gonna grab a taxi over to the destination for my next video, and that'll be that. Until then, thank you for joining me again at Taiwan Lao Wai. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, smash the bell, share with your friends, all that good stuff. And as always, I will see you next time. 再见, go on a spin with me. Bye bye. 再见, bye bye.